Hello and welcome. My name is Diana and this is MetCon 21.0. I was going to say 21.2, but it's our week 2, which is our slow contractions, our easy contractions and our slow tempo. I guess I'm at a loss for words today. So today we're going to use kind of a medium list of supplies. We're going to need a medium TU dumbbell set. I'm picking my 15s for this. We're going to also use a light TU dumbbell set. I'm picking my 5s today for that. And then we're going to use a high anchor point. That could be, if you're using your door anchor, it's going to be up above the top hinge. If you're using a pull-up bar with a band around it, that's going to be your location, is up high. And we're going to put through that a heavy resistance band. I'm actually going to double up and use 2 heavy resistance bands, okay? This is going to be for a lat pull down, so we want a good amount of resistance, okay? And then last but not least, we need that floor or mat surface beneath us that's supportive for some core exercise down on that mat itself. And then we always need that nice big glass of water or water bottle to stay hydrated throughout, okay? So I'm gonna try this again. MetCon 21.0, it's our week 2, which is our slow tempo and our easy contractions. We're gonna use a medium TU dumbbell set. We're gonna use a light TU dumbbell set. We're gonna use that high anchor point with heavy resistance band through it. And we need a mat beneath us and a nice big glass of water. We're gonna warm up to get the body prepared for the movements on hand, and then we're gonna move through 2 circuits, which are each 7.5 minutes in length, and then we'll go ahead and finish with a cool down, which allows our body to return back to that steady state, okay? I'm gonna have you join me in getting our hips ready for movement. This first exercise is going to be hip flexion, abduction, and extension for 3 rounds. 1, keep your torso straight up and down throughout the 3 movements. 2, and 3. Here's 4, and 5. Excellent. Second side, forward, abduct, and extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Amazing work. All right, next let's get the shoulders warmed up. We're gonna reach high overhead, straight arms, straight elbows, and then drop your elbows low, lift your chin and chest. We'll call these goalpost elbow drops. Reach up again, and then take a thoracic back bend, drop your elbows low, stretch your chest. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Step your feet out, squat distance apart. We're going to take a standing torso rotation. So rotating all the way around 5 or even 6 o'clock behind you. And we're spiraling up and down the spine, keeping the head turning along with the rest of the spine. 3, 4, and 5. And then last but not least, move over to a railing, a wall, a rig. For some balance support, we're going to cross the right leg over the left knee and take a seat in figure 4. Big breath in, drop a little deeper in your seat on the exhale. Great work. Go ahead and uncross and recross to the second side. And release. Awesome. Go ahead and treat yourself to a sip of that ice cold water. And I'm going to introduce you to what makes up our first circuit, which is our 30-second time zone at each of our exercises. We're going to move through 3 exercises, which will give us the opportunity to take 5 sets of everything in order to make up that 7.5 minutes. All right, so exercise number 1 is today, because we're on our easy contractions, we're gonna do our curtsy lunge unloaded. This is a wonderful opportunity to really work the range of motion in the knees and in the hips, okay? So you might even touch that back knee to the ground. Exercise number 1 is an unloaded curtsy lunge, okay? Number 2, we're gonna pick up those light to you dumbbells, and for 30 seconds, we're gonna move through a lateral and front raise, okay? Keep about a 5-degree bend in the elbows through both of these movements, and we wanna come right up to our shoulder height in both that lateral and front raise, and we're not going up higher or lower than, okay? Last but certainly not least, we're gonna use those medium to you dumbbells, and we're gonna work our top down Romanian deadlift. So coming from the hip crease down to just below the knees, making a perfectly flat back. And I want you to think about moving your hips back and then forward, and not thinking about squatting up and down, okay? There's a kind of a fine line between our hinge and our squat pattern. In this one, we want to be thinking back and forward rather than up and down, okay? Last but not least, we're going to review what that was going to look like. So we've got curtsy, we've got lateral and front raise with the light to you dumbbells, and then our last exercise is going to be with those medium to you dumbbells, and we're going to go ahead 30 seconds at each, making up 7.5 minutes, which is 5 circuits, okay? We're going to go ahead and start in about 25 seconds with those curtsies. So if you'd like another sip of water, go for it. All right, we want to make sure with our curtsy that we've got a nice amount of space on either side of our body. Hands can rest on the hips or be extended out at your sides. 3, 2, 1. Here we go, 30 seconds, take it side to side. Three, 2, and 1. Grab the light to you dumbbells. 1 foot forward and core braced. Three, 2, and 1. Grab the medium to you dumbbells. Feet are hips distance apart and hinge. Five, 4, 3, 2, and back to curtsy. Great job. Four, 3, 2, and grab the light to you weights. If you remember what foot you placed forward last time, go ahead with the other foot. And release it. Grab the medium to use. 3, 2, 1, back to curtsy. Great job, keep it going. It's kind of nice, all of these are standing exercises. Sometimes in our first circuit, we're up and down a whole lot. We are going to come up and down a whole lot in our second circuit today. And release it. Good. Back to our lateral and front raise. Light to you dumbbells. Three, 2, 1, and deadlifts. And release it. Good. Curtsy lunge, doing great. Here we go. Beautiful. 3, 2, and release it. And we've got lateral and front raise. Three, 2, 1, and medium to you, weights in hand. Also 2-minute warning. We've got 2 minutes to go here in our first circuit. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Release it. It's our last time through. We're back to curtsy. Three, 2, 1, lateral and front raise. Beautiful, and release it. And last time with our deadlifts. Awesome. 3, 2, 1, release it. We take a little micro rest here, grab some water. We're going to learn about what makes up our next circuit. All right. MetCon circuit 2 is going to be rep based. We're going for 10 each, still 7.5 minutes. Movement number 1 is our seated lat pull down. So I'm going to have you come cross-legged with a really tall spine. Shoulder blades drop down and back. We're gonna take 10 reps of our lat pull down, okay? Really important to keep our shoulder blades drop down and back and not to pull while the scapula are elevated, okay? After that, we're gonna go ahead and move into a chest press that's in our glute bridge, okay? So we're gonna use those medium T weights, and I'm gonna have you press them up over the chest and then press into your feet into glute bridge. And we're gonna take our 10 chest presses right down here on the mat, sustaining that iso glute bridge hold throughout, okay? When you're done, you're gonna set your hips down and you're gonna rock up. I want you to keep one of those medium T weights with you, and we're gonna work our 1.5 goblet squat, which is a full squat with a half squat up to the top for the full squat, okay? We're gonna take 10 repetitions of all of those exercises, and we'll loop them for our 7.5 minutes, okay? This one, there's a little bit more transitionary time, but of course, we're going rep-based, and so we're gonna just flow as smooth as possible from one exercise to the next. Let's go ahead and get set for that lat pull down. 3, 2, 1, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. We're gonna grab the medium T weights, rock back into our chest press position, and then press through the feet to hold that iso bridge. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Rock and roll up. Keep one of them with you. And here's our 1.5 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Set that down. We're right back to lat pull down. Drop in, chest up, shoulders down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We're up. We're gonna grab our weights. We're back down, hips up, and press. 10 and 9. Lift those glutes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. We're rocking and rolling up. Grab one of those weights with you, goblet grip, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release it down. Amazing work. We're back to lats. Take your seat, chest up. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Amazing. And chest press in glute bridge. Hips up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Up we go. One weight with you. And squat half and to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. And we're taking our seat again. We're getting close here to our 2-minute warning. 1, 2. Here's our 2-minute warning. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Amazing. And we're back into glute bridge. Press those hips high. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Take it down, rock and roll up. We're back into our 1.5 goblet squats. Here's 1. We have 1 minute to go. And 2. Yes, you can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to finish with one more set of our lat pull downs. 10 reps. Chest up, shoulders down. 10 and 9, 8 and 7, 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Make your way up to stand. Send one arm overhead. Give yourself a big pat on the back. Let's grab a sip of water. We're going to start our cool down. We'll start standing and we'll work our way back down to the mat for our final postures. All right. So, as you know, we worked those lats today. We're going to start with an overhead lat side bend. So catch your left wrist in your right hand. Pretend as if you're smashed between 2 sheets of glass, and we're going to take a side bend over to the right. Take a breath in. Deepen the stretch on your exhale. Great work. Reach up through the middle. Head over to the left, big breath in. And out, one more time each way, reach. And over to the right, breathe in. Breathe out, reach. And over to the left, in. And out. Awesome. Also, we worked our hamstrings today with our deadlifts. So let's go ahead and fold down towards the toes and then take 5 seconds to slowly curl all the way up to stand. Chin rises last. And again, reach for your toes. Pull up through your mid-back. Stacking 1 vertebrae at a time. Chin rises last. 2, and 1 more time. Reach down and curl your way up. Amazing. All right, next we either want to come to a seated position on a chair or a bench or a box, or stay standing. I'm going to show you both variations. We're going to do ankle ABCs. So I'm going to do the first couple of letters here with my right leg. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. I'm going to move over to the left leg. L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Amazing job. We're going to finish up right down on the mat in our figure 4 glute stretch. So cross right ankle over left knee, reach up and behind your left knee to pull your legs in, stretching out that right glute. 5 deep breaths right here. And release it. Second side, crisscross and lift. Pull it in and breathe. Amazing work, my friends. As always, I want to issue up that recommendation to stay right here and continue with any restorative stretches that you need in your body today. That might be some spinal twist, it might be some hip flexor, low lunge, alternating between that forward press and that lifted hamstring stretch. It might even be coming onto your back for Shavasana and resetting the nervous system before moving on with the rest of your day. Wherever you're at, resting or up and ready to take on the rest of the day like I am, I hope you go forward and have yourself a wonderful day. And if you did have any questions that came up, go ahead and email those to me. It's Diana@bridgefitnesstraining.com. I hope you take great care of yourself, and I will see you very soon. See you then.